Are you looking for new music from 2022 that you want to listen to help you get a good feel for music that's coming out within the year? Check out my playlist down in the description below. 2022 is on fire, where I feature my personal favorite tracks from the albums I've listened to throughout the year, whether I've reviewed it already, only written the review, or I just listen to it casually. Check it out when you have the time. I'd really appreciate the support, and you might even find a band or an artist that you didn't know previously that might be a new favorite. Without further ado, let's get into the video. It took a misstep and some time to find themselves again, but Of Mice and Men with these past couple albums have been back on top of the metalcore scene. Welcome to Ray Does Music. Quick note before things start off, you're probably sick of seeing it at this point within the video's sort of upload space, but I am sitting down and I'm reading directly from a script. More than usual, you're going to see a lot of me pointing down like this, reading the script, and I apologize for that. I got a big backlog I want to finish up. But without further ado, let's get into the actual review here. Today we're looking at the 7th studio album from metalcore giants Of Mice and Men called Echo. This is the 3rd full release with bassist turned singer Aaron Pauley at the helm, and it comes after 2 very different albums in Defy and Earth and Sky. While the first effort with him leading things felt not only off and outside of the realm of what made Of Mice and Men good, it felt like it was a rushed attempt at establishing a new identity, while the follow-up Earth and Sky went on to become a top 3 album from the band, showing their ability to take the newer pieces of their evolving sound and combine it with a classic vibe as well. The boys in Of Mice and Men actually chose an interesting way to approach the release of this album, dropping individual EPs that made up the bulk of the track list along the way and eventually formed what we now know as Echo. So let's talk about Echo. If one thing is for sure, it's that the one song stands at the undisputed king of this era, and that is the overwhelmingly powerful Obsolete. This song has a type of fury that can easily be confused with the early Of Mice and Men songs like OG Loco, Ohio is on Fire, and the lyrical themes have a similar form as well. The idea behind this song is fear and anxiety, pointed towards feeling misplaced or not fully present. Everyone goes through a state of internal dread and restlessness at one point or another in their lives, and it's a gnawing fear that eats away at your brain and emotions until you're left a complete wreck. This song is yet another addition to the always growing pile of metalcore songs, putting this kind of emotion into words in not only an enjoyable way, but one that has enough heaviness and signature OG metalcore vibes to make it stand out. As reassuring as this album is in terms of settling the debate on whether or not the band could get themselves back into the ballcore to past material or not, there are a couple songs on here that go out of their way to produce moments that sound unique to this new era. In fact, the last song on this album, Helplessly Hoping, is the most grounded the band has sounded in a long time, with an emotional enough atmosphere to rival past efforts like the always tear-jerking When You Can't Sleep at Night. Every verse is ripe with lines that catch your ear and play with your brain, such as in the 3rd verse with this beautiful set of lines. Love isn't lying, it's loose in a lady who lingers, saying she is lost and choking on hello. Closing out the album with a song that drops the vicious attire the band is usually dons for these albums is a risk indeed, and this is one that pays off expertly by providing a welcome surprise. In fact, another song that stuck out to me in similar form, possibly for its comparative intro, was Bloom. Here we get some more existential dread, this time with a much more angsty tone and delivery than before, but it comes across in a real way thanks to Aaron Pauley's vocal style. He's never struck me as one of the best vocalists in the scene. He's great, but he's not like an undisputed king by any means. But hearing him switch between his now signature screaming and the always beautiful, clean vocals that he's displayed countless times before on this instrumentally unique track comes across as pure perfection within the metalcore genre. And this is also thanks in part to the rest of the band, especially drummer Valentino Ortega, who I feel strayed away from creating his usual separate but similarly paced sections in favor of one that serves as more than a companion to the rest of the band, as opposed to just bleeding background noise as usual. Valentino is a fantastic drummer, but for the most part, he's off in the background doing his own thing. Here on this song, he's not only serving as right alongside the rest of the guys, but he's aiding them and helping them in producing an overall coherent sound. Speaking of instruments, one song that feels like the go-to if you want pure, hellacious metalcore energy is the relentless Mosaic. There's not a moment wasted in the 3 minutes plus time length, and the ferocity put on display by guitarists Alan Ashby and Phil Manansala, I probably fucked that up, I'm sorry, is just as headbang and mosh pit provoking as it is on every album. To me, one thing has always stuck out in every release from Of Mice and Men: the guitar work. Even on weaker releases like Cold World or even Defy, this goes without mentioning that these two put in the work to provide backgrounds worth revisiting time and time again. Not to mention that this also produces some very nice cohesion with the usual lyrical allusions to heaven, hell, and the sin of man between Aaron Pauley, Alan, and Phil. It is just a trio made in heaven. or hell. Just like with their last album, Earth and Sky, these guys have their heads and hearts fully within their craft and are creating music that would get a recovering emo kid to rip out the skinny jeans again. The last couple years have been great to metal, and it's thanks to bands like these guys, Ice Nine Kills, Motionless in White, Wage War, While She Sleeps, and so many more. To me, the current metal scene right now, whether it be metalcore, deathcore, anything that fits within the overall umbrella, is the brightest and best it's been in years. I would say this rivals the early 2010s and late 2000s, in fact. While the present and future of this genre is firmly pointed upwards in terms of momentum, there's also room for old rulers like this quartet to come in and show them a thing or two. With that said, Echo by Of Mice and Men gets an 8.3 out of 10. And that's a review. Let me know what you guys think down in the comment section below. What's your favorite era of Mice and Men? What's your favorite song or album? Let me know what you guys think of this review down in the comment section below. Have a good day, stay hydrated, I'll see you next time.